Hey everyone, thatoldnerfguy here. Today I pit the Zeus versus the Charger to see which one's a better choice. Welcome to tag. The Nerf rival Zeus and the Nerf rival Charger. Nerf rival Zeus being the first semi-automatic flywheel blaster from Nerf, and the Nerf rival Charger being the latest semi-automatic flywheel blaster from Nerf in the rival line. They look very similar at first glance. They have the same silhouette, they have the same horizontal feeding capacity, they both have 12 round capacity, they both are stuck with C batteries to work, and they both average the same kind of FPS. It's about 10 difference between the two, but we'll come to that later on. Let's check on what's different between the two. First, let's start with the Zeus. The Zeus came out in the first year. Like I said, this was the first flywheeler in the first wave, where there was only the Apollo and this blaster. The silhouette was not so bad. I mean, the look is good. If you compare with an Apollo, which was the other first blaster in the first wave, the Apollo looked like a prototype, and this one looked slightly more refined. If you want to have a look at the prototype for the Zeus, check behind the box of an Artemis. You will have quite a surprise to see the look of that Zeus behind the box. But it have a right side jam door, vertical flywheel cage, like I said, horizontal feeding capacity, and it's 12 round. But it uses Nerf easy to feed mag. It's just, oops, a round fell down. It's just that little mag release is a little tricky to engage or disengage if you're not used to the blaster. That's one thing with the magazine. But I like the fact that it uses magazine. It allows for maybe quicker reload. That's a good thing. One bad point about this blaster is the positioning of the battery. All the batteries on top here, taking all the way on top of the blaster, meaning it will tilt on side to side easily. And you all know the problem with rival. If you even tilt the blaster a little, the balls start flying everywhere because of the hop up. That's not a good thing. Other than that, it's pretty good. It doesn't rev very quick. And those are brand new battery. I mean, it takes nearly 3 seconds to get full rev. And even at full rev, you might manage something like 95 FPS. It's a little shy. I think with better batteries, if it would have taken D batteries, or if you put good rechargeable C battery inside, you will easily overcome that little lower FPS and get high on this blaster, higher than 100 easily. It will rev quicker. This is just power management inside, which is basically different. But other than that, I like this blaster. The safety trigger is only on one side. It's only right-handed, which is, I think it's a lower point for me. And I don't like it very much. It's not very well positioned. Other thing to mention, the trigger. Everything feels mechanical, almost like if some of the parts were rubbing inside. But it's in the first year of the rival blaster. We have to forgive this blaster for a couple flaws. They were trying and they achieved something pretty nice. Let's take a look at now let's take a look at the Charger. The Charger is the latest semi-automatic flywheeler blaster from Nerf. Exactly like the Zeus, it have horizontal feeding, it have a 12 round capacity, it got vertical flywheel cage with almost exactly the same jam door, just the shape changing, and it got C batteries. Where there is an improvement in this blaster, it's something you can see and cannot see at the same time. For the rear end, they clearly took some note in the Elite line on the Hyperfire to design this stock with batteries inside. I mean, the door is almost like the door on the Hyperfire in the Elite series. But this worked. All the batteries are in the back. That means all the weight is kept in the back, in the stock, keeping the blaster very straight in your hand and easy to aim. For that matter, it's an improvement, just putting the batteries in the stock. Secondly, they knew something was wrong with the magazine and they tried to improve on it. But instead of maybe having a hypnose feeding system, which would have been very, very neat on this thing, just slapping the 12 round magazine in and removing it with a lock switch near the thumb, they put an Artemis style, 80s style magazine on it. The feeding mouth is a little small. If you're in a hurry, if you're in a game, you will drop a couple around on the ground unless you have very, very good practice. I mean, they should have put a slanted area where you could just put them in and shove them so they will feed in. But no, if you go too quick, it will fall down. But other than that, I like the Artemis style magazine. I like the fact that you can just top up your ammo while playing, besides having to remove a magazine and change it or refill the magazine and put it back in. I like this. This is a question of choice, to my opinion, for the feeding feeding the round inside the blaster. It's really what you prefer, magazine or internal magazine like this one. An invisible difference in this blaster, because it gets an average about 10 FPS higher than the Zeus on the chronograph, is the way, like it feels like the way it manages power, because with the same brand new batteries inside, I mean, I put brand new batteries in both of these blasters before the video. For the same battery power, it revs very fast and very quick, and that is where your FPS difference is. This one manages power a lot better. I think the motor are completely different because they need less amp to spin. Like, electrically speaking, so far it's reliable, and I don't know, there is something, a feeling of everything is smooth, the trigger are smooth, and the safety trigger. It's my favorite rival safety trigger, the one that are under the trigger wheel like that. I love those triggers, they are accessible, ambidextrous. It's awesome. That's a good point, you made your homework, Hasbro. No, the real downside of this blaster, I would say, is the silhouette. Yes, it's very nice with the stock and the black part and everything, but it's too round. It's lacking detail. I mean, the high-tech silhouette of the Zeus, or a large portion of the rival blaster, is kind of lost in this one. Besides the 7-hole in front, which are on a lot of blaster, the Helios, the Chronos, you see it here on the Helios, you have it on the Chronos, you have it on a lot of blaster. They try to make it look like it, but it looks like it's been designed by the guy who drew the Diva pistol. But it's a good blaster. It's a very good blaster. Rounds tend to fly from like to the left a little. I think it's the positioning, not of the hole of the barrel because it's on the side, but of the hop-up tab inside, which is off-center and might not flex properly when the round passes. That could be fixable maybe by narrowing it a little. I will have to dig a little into it, but that's the main reason why it's unprecise. No, this one is an improvement almost in every way, other than the internal magazine, which is really a preference. I would say this one is better designed. The weight distribution, the ergonomics of the handle, the comfort of the switch and the response of the motor inside. I would like to prefer my Zeus, but this one is a little higher. Okay, let me just show you a little fire test I did. You'll see it's almost the same, but the Zeus in the end get a little less range, maybe because of the size of the hop-up tab inside, but that too is a slight difference. Slightly less range with the Zeus, slightly less FPS. So, Zeus, Charger, like I just showed you in the video, basically similar blaster, similar accuracy, similar FPS. The only difference in power come with how the power is managed and used inside the blaster or the choice of motor. So it's really a difference of 5-year difference. The Zeus was the first one and the Charger is the latest one. The only choice base is which magazine do you prefer? 12 rounder, removable magazine, or the internal 12 round magazine. That basically is your choice, but as blaster to blaster go, I have to give it to the Charger. It revs quicker, it's more powerful, it got about the same accuracy. There's the advantage of being able to top up your round on the fly. There's a lot of advantage. I will have to say Charger, even if it's just a difference in age between the two. It's just more refined, it's more smooth, it's more smoothly operating. It's a little more. But in the end, for a semi-automatic flywheel Nerf rival blaster, my end choice will be, my only choice will be the Era, for many reasons. It got horizontal flywheel, which give better result with hop-up, more precision. The trigger system is very mechanical and very satisfying to engage. The magwell is feeding through the handle. It accepts both 12 round and 7 round magazine, and you insert the battery tray inside. It's compatible with both the Chaos Nemesis D-size battery tray, the C battery tray that come with this one, or the rechargeable battery from Nerf. And every time you upgrade the size of battery, you go from C to D, you got a slight upgrade in performance. You go to D to the rechargeable battery from Nerf, and you got another slight upgrade in performance, which is awesome. So my choice will always be, so far until Nerf bring us a better blaster, the Era for semi-automatic blaster. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at thatoldnerfguy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. See you next time. Bye.